Hello, YouTube. Today I'm joined with my friend Nicol, conferencing from Venezuela, and she has some questions about music therapy.
Hello, Ben. How are you?
Hello, I'm good. How about you?
I'm pretty good. And I have some questions for you because I don't know about the music therapy and I want to know. So, so the first one is why choose music therapy as a method instead of other ways to feel better?
So there's a lot of ways that we can improve our mood and our emotional well-being, right? We can simply go on a walk to the beach. We can journal. There are many ways that we can express ourselves and have therapeutic benefits. There's also many specific reasons we go to conventional therapy, right? We sit down with a therapist and we explore our emotions, right? But music therapy is a place where there's a famous quote, when words fail, music speaks. And I find this really resonates with music therapy as it allows for that kind of the feelings between the words for expression. And we can really dive deep into a creative process that's honestly fun and beneficial and therapeutic for the patient.
Do I need to know how to play an instrument to do music therapy?
So you really don't have to have any music experience to do music therapy. You could be an expert on your instrument. You could be a better musician than the music therapist, or you could be a complete beginner, right? It doesn't really matter because the whole point is that it's a tailored session to your needs, right? So when we have a session, right, if it was an expert musician, right, this might be a collaborative effort. And then with a little bit of reflection, hey, how was this feeling? Like, what did this bring up? Right? There might be more of that. Now, if you're brand new on your instrument, right? Maybe this is more of an exploratory music session, right? Kind of introducing active music making into your life, right? Maybe you have a xylophone with just like 5 things that you're gonna play, right? So there's many different ways that you can incorporate music, and we have methods to start from someone with no experience and to build upon someone with a lot of experience as well.
Nice. And another question is, what is a music therapy session like? Do we just listen to music or do we also practice?
Yeah, that's a good question. We do active and receptive music making. So what that means is sometimes I am playing the music, but oftentimes I like to do more of the active stuff and have the people that I'm working with participating in the music. So sometimes that's just playing a drum while I'm singing a song on the guitar, and then sometimes it's giving off the piano or the guitar for my patients. It really depends on what their physical capabilities are and kind of emotionally how they want to participate. But we could do songwriting, we could do improvisation, we could just actively be listening. We could be listening, but then we're probably going to be reflecting a little bit after on kind of how the music was significant and, you know, what memories it might bring up. And yeah, so it's more than just throwing on your headphones and calling it music therapy.
What is your favorite instrument during a session?
Oh, good question. Well, piano's been my baby since I was 6 years old, so I'm gonna have to say piano. But the one good thing about guitar is it's a lot easier to tend to your audience on a guitar than a piano, because you can't really turn, right? Especially in a group, you can't really turn around with your group. So guitar can also be nice for that reason. Now, I have the best of both worlds because I own a keytar. So a keytar is a very fun instrument that's like a guitar, but it's a keyboard. And I have one by Roland that's suited me real well. Yeah. But we also use so many instruments in music therapy.
Do you work with different patients during the day, like kids or adults? You know.
Yeah. Right now, I'm doing more work with adults, in Fremont. However, music therapy can be, we call it from womb to tomb, right? So we can work before the baby is born all the way to hospice care when they're going to die, right? So, and everything in between, all ages in between. So there's no right age for music therapy. Music therapy can serve pretty much anyone you could think of. Really, like any population you could think of, music therapists can serve. So we work everywhere: hospitals, schools. We work at home. We work in private practices, in offices. The possibilities are really endless.
I have a question. How can music therapy could help to a baby?
How could it help to a baby? Yeah, so prenatally, we could actually just play songs for the mother, right? And for the baby who's actually listening through the belly. But actually calming the mother's anxiety and stress is also going to help the baby. So it's really like a group effort. It's for the baby and then also for the mother in that setting. Now, if you're working with an infant, right, someone who's actually been born, a lot of the time it's going to be sensory related stuff. So if we're doing really, really quiet music, like relaxing melodies, right? And then maybe like physical sensations to pair that melody, but also it's really for the connection and the bonding between the mother and the child and father and the child. But yeah.
How long does it take to see results with music therapy?
Yeah, so this answer can really depend, because some people are going to see results literally with 30 seconds. Like I've seen, especially in psych, right? I walk in and a patient is very confused, disoriented, but then instantly lights up and becomes more oriented to reality with music, right? But if you're working on a more long-term goal, right, such as this person will be able to focus on a specific stimulus for a longer period of time, or this person will be able to express their wants and needs in a specific way, those goals take a little bit more time. So it really depends on who the patient is, what they're looking to get out of music therapy, and how the music therapist can incorporate that effectively. So a little time to a long time, it just depends.
Can I do music therapy if I have anxiety or depression, or is it only for physical conditions?
Well, so yes, music therapy, like I said, it's really for everyone. Anxiety, depression, even mania, right? So these emotional needs that we have, it can absolutely be used for. But yeah, as you mentioned, it can also be used for physical conditions, right? Rehabilitating an arm or a leg. Sometimes we'll do an ascending scale when we bring our arm up, a descending scale when we bring our arms down, right? We'll move our bodies to the beat of the music. Boom, 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 boom. And this actually helps the brain anticipate those motor movements, which just means body movements. Right, the rhythm, as I'm tapping my lap right here, we can connect with when we're rehabilitating our gait, right, which is a fancy word for walking.
Nice. And do you prefer to work with adults or with kids?
I really like both. I think right now I like working with adults, specifically younger adults. But yeah, I've recently, I'm in the process of switching more from kids to adults. I love kids, don't get me wrong. But yeah, that's where I'm at. But music therapists will work with everyone, and yeah, everyone from, as I said, prenatal to hospice.
Perfect. To finish these questions, can you sing in something that you like?
Oh, you're putting me on the spot here, out in this cafe. All right, let's do it. Any requests?
I don't know, something that you like today.
Something that I like today.
You're feeling today.
All right, why don't we do? Because I might even do this one today, depending, especially for the older people that we got. We'll go with some Frank Sinatra because you probably know it. Fly me to the moon, let me sing amongst the stars. Let me see what spring is like on Jupiter and Mars. In other words, please be true. In other words, baby, kiss me. Yeah. Some Frank Sinatra.
Romantic. Very romantic.
A little bit of a romantic song. Yep.
Thank you for your time and to share your knowledge about music therapy.
Thank you for yours, Nicole. It was a pleasure. Thank you very much.
You too.
Alrighty. Bye-bye.